We welcome you to our coverage from Syracuse, New York. TBT 2025 rolls on. Round 2 ready to unfold here at the SRC Arena in Syracuse, New York. The 2 seed against the 3 seed. The Stars of Storrs, the Connecticut alums, taking on the Vermont alums, the Green Mountain Men. That's our first matchup of 2 here tonight on FS2. Here's how they got there. The Green Mountain Men pulling it out late against Rise and Grind. Stars of Storrs pulled away late. Bayheim's Army and We Are D3 have at it at 8 o'clock Eastern Time right here. Good evening, everybody, and welcome wherever you may be to TBT. Bob Rathman, Matt Muhlenbach, great to have you with us here in Syracuse, New York. Size and strength. Stars of Storrs used those 2 components, Matt, to bury the Brown Ballers in game number 1 here the other day.
Yeah, you think of basketball these days. 3-pointers, the perimeter, launching the ball. No. These guys go inside. They're tough. They had 40 points in the paint the other night. Elijah Thomas was unstoppable in that game. And you look here at the opponent hanging on him by a thread. Everybody. In fact, he had a number of times that he had one hand that he could use. But it'll be interesting to watch the Green Mountain and how do they guard this Stars of Storrs team inside and the physicality.
And speaking of the Green Mountain Men, they have 8 players on the roster. They're all Vermont products, so that they know the offense. And this guy, Dylan Penn, was terrific in the win over Rise and Grind.
Yeah, went to a couple different schools. He was actually the A-Sun MVP 1 year before he transferred to Vermont. And you look at those numbers, 39 minutes. Interesting to see what his endurance will be like. But he is a 3-level scorer that loves to score also in the paint, Bob. He gets to the rim. He's a mid-range master. Going to be fun to watch him.
They will be trusting their offensive continuity to get it done tonight against the Stars of Storrs. That's our matchup in Syracuse. The opening tip when we come back. The basketball tournament is powered by Puma and by Or Health. TBT, the basketball. TBT, the basketball tournament is powered by Puma. TBT, the basketball tournament is powered by Puma and by Or Health. Or Health, a daily pill to drink less or quit. And Purple, less pain, better sleep. Ready for TBT in Syracuse tonight. Let's check our starting lineups for the Green Mountain Men. As we mentioned, all Vermont products, all 8 that will be in uniform tonight. Keep your eye not only on Dylan Penn, but also Ben Shungu. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well in their victory over Rise and Grind, but he's an outstanding scorer, and Duncan was very impressive in that first game.
Yeah, he really was. They have really good guards, Green Mountain Men. I think that's going to be the key for them. Can those guards somehow beat some of the great names that you're going to see on this Stars of Storrs team?
Obviously a veteran backcourt with Ryan Boatwright, Isaiah Whitehead, and Elijah Thomas, the man that Matt talked about. He was a presence in that first game win over the Brown Ballers. Sean Campbell, Mike Kitts, Josh Anderson are officials, and the opening tip belongs to the Stars of Storrs. And all the way back to get it is Ryan Boatwright. We're underway. A deep post for Whitehead. And airmails one across into the hands of Ben Shungu.
Yeah, but you can see what this Stars of Storrs team is going to do, Bob. Right away, they go to the post. And how about they go to the post to a 2-guard?
That shows you the size and strength of this team that you pointed out. Pressure from UConn, and Urquhart's going to take a long three, and it's off the mark. The building is not yet full. It will be when Boeheim's Army takes the court at 8 o'clock Eastern time. But it's very quiet. You got to generate a lot of your own enthusiasm right now.
Yeah, I think it's a great point. It reminds me, as Thomas launches from three, even though he was so inside the other night, it reminds me of an early morning NCAA game, right, where you have a high seed and a low seed, and then the crowd comes in later. Nice move right there.
Robin Duncan laying it in to open the scoring in this one. Duncan coming off a 14-point night.
He was terrific, and he is there. He's the captain. He's the heart of this team. He really gets them going. Not a three-point shooter. He can make threes, but he likes to go inside.
And speaking of going inside, Elijah Thomas just softly lays it in with that big left hand.
And the problem there was Green Mountain, man, you got to do a better job not letting Thomas get it in that spot. Yeah, they doubled him once he received it, but he was what? 1 foot away from the rim. My old friend that worked for Fox, the coach is now at San Diego. So that was a 1-inch putback right there.
Dylan Penn picking up where he left off, and it's 5-2. Would you anticipate Green Mountain fronting the post a little bit more?
I think they'll front. They'll have help from the side, and I think if Thomas gets it facing up, they'll bring help from the top. Let's see how that works.
Whitehead, a little long. And the rebound control by Io Thalia. Good hands by Whitehead to break up the pass intended for Dylan Penn. Tyler Olander, two-time champion during his time at Connecticut. The big lefty at 6'10", the head coach.
I would say he's the biggest coach in TBT this year. I haven't seen them all, but my money's on Tyler. He's a big dude and a fantastic college player.
Thomas misses. Turnover. Nicholson gives it back to Thomas. Missed again. And we've got a foul coming on the Vermont alum. So this one on Io Thalia. The head coach of the Green Mountain men, Derek O'Grady, his first time as a head coach. He's an assistant coach during the varsity season with the Catamounts.
Match up!
And just a great spirit about him. Love being around him.
Yeah, he was awesome talking to him in practice yesterday. He said, look, what I love about TBT, 6 fouls per man. And he says, we're going to probably use all 6 from 3 of our big guys. So we got 18 to use, and we might use them all.
Boatwright with a shot clock under 10. Could not pull the trigger. Inside, Nicholson, the turnaround. And the Green Mountain men off to a good start here. No doubt good for their confidence. They're up 5-2 with the basketball.
Yeah, anytime you get a jump shot, especially if you can get a 2-point tough one, that is a win, Bob, for the Green Mountain men. That's what they need. They don't want anything inside and good looks. Turnover there from them, though. I think the contrast is going to be interesting. Styles make fights, right? You have the Green Mountain men that probably want to slow it up a little bit. They only have 8 players, as we've talked about, on this squad, and you've got Stars of Storrs. They just have talent abounding everywhere, and you see right there, you see Whitehead, who can really shoot it, but did not shoot it well the other night.
Whitehead did not hit a 3. In fact, in that game on Saturday, that's his first of the tournament, and a spin move by Dylan Penn. Green Mountain goes back in front 7-5.
Well, part of the styles I was referring to is this UConn alumni team. They've had 2 practices. That's it. They have no continuity whatsoever. They have a few guys, as we know, not from the UConn teams have passed. This Vermont, ex-Vermont, all alumni, look, you can see the continuity right now with their team. Everyone from this team played at Vermont.
And we've got an injured player on the near side, right in front of Gucci Rowe, and I think that may be Boatwright. Well, he is grabbing his ankle. And time has been called with 5:03 to go, and the Green Mountain men on that beautiful move by Shungun. 9-5, and there is Boatwright, and that would be a massive loss if he's unable to play.
Massive. He was instrumental in putting this team together, part GM, part player. I thought he was surgical the other night in how he played the 19 points he had. He could have scored 30 if he wanted to, but just really kind of worked with the team, and this is huge.
Still limping noticeably, but check out the right there outside the lane. Either it was stepped on, he rolled it, maybe he stepped on the other fella's foot, but he went down in a heap. He got off the floor and hit the deck.
Well, they took him out. It looks like he's headed right back to the scorer's table to check in.
Jordan Jones has come in to take his place. Meanwhile, 3-ball by Nicholson. Thomas, and that rolls out of bounds. It belongs to Green Mountain. So, indeed, Ryan Boatwright's going to jump right back into the fray.
You know, sometimes with an ankle like that, when you get it tweaked, you don't want it to get cold. You're still warm, and maybe that's the thing for him. Get out there while he's warm.
Penn off the glass. What a great burst of energy coming down the side of the lane. 11-5.
I'll tell you what, you're going to see one of the best sort of mid-range inside guard scorers in this entire TBT. He is terrific.
And we've got Robin Duncan wrapping up Thomas.
Green Mountain men foul on number 55, Duncan. That is his first. And the team's second.
I was going to say that the thing that strikes me with him is his touch. He has gorgeous touch. That one off the board, and you know, if you're thinking about kids trying to play the game, I see so many kids that shoot it at the lower part of that backboard right there where you see the square. You got to get it up on the edge of the square or even higher, and he did that.
The backboard will be your friend.
Absolutely.
If you use it right. That was dribbled off the foot by Brandon Garrett. Chungu buried under the basket, gets us out of there. We hit the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Iothalia missing. Long lead, controlled by Garrett. They go inside for the bucket for DeAndre Daniels.
And I thought Daniels was kind of an unsung hero the other night. Former UConn player, of course, played in that, won a championship for UConn, and terrific college player. I could see him having a big impact as this tournament progresses.
Foul charge to Brandon Garrett. That brings us to a timeout. 3:30 left, opening quarter underway with round 2 from Syracuse.
got to come up with every rebound. We got to have every rebound. We're forcing them into terrible shots. Every ball's going to be ours, and then play in transition. I shouldn't have to call play at all. If we get a stop, we can get out and run every time. They're not playing hard. If they're not going to play hard, that's not our problem, okay? Ryan just tweaked his ankle.
Inside the Green Mountain Huddle, powered by Puma and head coach Derek O'Grady. First time as a head coach, 13 years in the Catamount program, and having a blast here at TBT.
Yeah, started as a student manager, and I think has had every job in the program. And as you said, just a lot of fun for him to be part of this. And, cool to listen in what he's talking about and what he said right there. Look, they're getting offensive rebounds. And to this moment, they have, Stars of Storrs have not even gotten one offensive board. And they had, I don't know how many, a bucket of, they had a ton of them, a full basket of them the other day.
The rebounding is currently 8-3 in favor of Green Mountain.
Green Mountain foul number 32.
Yeah, Stars of Storrs, 19 offensive rebounds on Saturday, none so far.
On the screen, though. That was another push.
The voice of Tyler Olander. 13-7. We got another whistle before the ball was thrown in. And this foul will be charged to Dylan Penn. The other one to Nick Fiorillo.
AD, like you said in the timeout.
Nicholson, tight quarters on that sideline. Try to use the screen. Takes the three, contested. And the rebound to Robin Duncan.
And I think big thing for Stars of Storrs, Bob, they got to move the ball. I mean, it's, one pass, kind of one-on-one there. You can see Green Mountain really clogging the lane, and to get good shots, they're going to have to move it.
Deloney on the wing. Shot clock at 7 and the pass intercepted. Nicholson gives it up on the wing, and Purvis connects.
Well,
Rodney Purvis.
And one pass off a break, no problem. Do that all day long. Nicholson with a great steal on the help in the lane because Duncan had his guy for a layup.
Back iron miss. Nicholson boards. Stars of Storrs trying to pick up the pace a little bit as Whitehead goes to the hole, but a shot that hit the side of the glass. 4-on-2 the other way, and Duncan flips it in.
Stars of Storrs not getting back on defense there. Green Mountain men had numbers, and Duncan took advantage. And part of the reason he scored, he's a very big point guard, athletic at 6'5", able to finish.
Boatwright. And another foul on Aaron Deloney. Coach O'Grady wasn't kidding when he talked about everybody using 6 fouls.
That's right. Well, here's that play. Nice behind the back to get space for Duncan. And again, you look back there, no help. Only one man to beat, but a great shot there by Boatwright. That signature lean in on his three-pointer causes the player from Green Mountain men to foul him in the act of shooting, so he gets 3.
Ryan Boatwright at the stripe connects. A 3 seed in their first TBT, the Green Mountain men. That's quite an accomplishment. Assistant GM is Jake Marsh, a former TBT broadcaster and a rising broadcasting star. He's over there on the bench. He did not go to Vermont. He went here to Syracuse, but he called the Vermont games on the radio. Yeah, so we'll give him alumni status.
That's right. The only one that didn't go there, but like you said, the connection because of the announcing. It's so cool that he called. I was with him. I didn't do a game with him, but saw him last year doing the games in Lexington and did a great job for them. And he was really helpful for us, obviously, for some of the background. He knows what the announcers want. Let's put it that way.
Now he's a big shot executive sitting there on the bench.
That's right.
Boatwright again, 15-12.
As I said earlier, I thought Boatwright was surgical in the way he played Saturday. 19 points, and was incredibly efficient in his scoring. Didn't take many shots to get those 19 points. And, you know, we'll see tonight, and now with the ankle, you wonder how much, you know, how aggressive he's going to be.
Jordan Jones in the game. Open man at the top, and the three ball is a beauty for Nick Fiorillo. 18-13.
Simple action there, and as we said, these Vermont players have had so much time playing with each other, I should say. And I think look, on this side this is what Storrs need. It's a defensive stop, and they have not been able to get stops on this end. I think that's the key for their TBT success. We're not having success.
And boy, Ben Shungu is going to work inside.
Yeah, that was an amazing crossover. Shungu set his man up. It looked like he was going to pass to the right, and then at the last second hit him with the crossover, and once he had that space, nothing left but to foul.
6'2", 200, and he knows how to use his body inside.
Yeah, very big kid, as I said. Their guards are fantastic, and they're not what we see in today's basketball. They're scoring guards inside. They get to the rim, they get to the paint, they use their size, their quickness.
Shungu off the offensive rebound. Tip to the corner. Loose ball to the wing, and another possession for the Green Mountain men.
Yeah, getting all the 50-50 balls right now.
Fiorillo with a heat check, but there's a stick back and good by Darren Payan.
50-50 balls, offensive rebounds. They are just beating Stars of Storrs to the ball right now. Just playing harder.
Turnaround is good by Daniel.
Well, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Now that to me is not going to be the problem for Stars of Storrs scoring. It's on this end right here where they've got to lock in.
Shungu misses. Nice ball handling by Jones at the buzzer, just off the rim. And the first quarter comes to an end. The 3 seed up on the 2 seed by 5 at the end of 1 in game 1 of the day in Syracuse. It's the Green Mountain men 22, Stars of Storrs 17. Here's a look at TBT Past Champions, brought to you by AARP. Join AARP and get instant access to member benefits. Of course, the dream for both Stars and Storrs and Green Mountain men is to one day add their name to that championship list. And these are really two startups, Matt. You've got a Stars and Storrs team, second year that they have been involved in TBT. This is the debut, the maiden voyage for Green Mountain men.
Yeah, and one of the things for Green Mountain men, they don't have players going to the pros, so they have some young players who have been part of a really good program now playing in TBT. One of the challenges we talked about the other night for this UConn alumni, their players, they're good players the last 5, 6, 7 years. They're all playing the NBA or somewhere, right? So Mark D'Amelio, the GM of this team, done a great job so far in the first couple of years putting a team together. As I said, Ryan Boatwright was part of that. I think he's building a brand that'll have success this year and will continue to do that as years come.
Whitehead drains a three, his second of the game, 22-20.
I think they're going to need a big game from Whitehead. He was good the other day, but did not shoot it as well as he can. Not happy with that call.
Foul called as everyone on the Connecticut sideline thought that was a clean deflection, but here's a good-looking stroke from the top.
Well, they just went under the screen there, and if they're going to do that, Whitehead can shoot it all day, and you notice it was pretty close right there. A lot of times they let that go, but he did get him on the arm.
There's Mark. Combined, Matt and I do not have as many TikTok followers.
That's right. In fact, his daughter, is it Charlie, I believe, she has the second most TikTok followers in the world.
I'm slightly behind that pace.
And the reason I know that is I texted my daughter a picture of Mark and I, and she didn't know many of the players that were playing, but she knew who Mark was.
Exactly.
She said, what the heck, Dad?
Air ball three this time after that good-looking three from Ben Shungu of Green Mountain. One trend that has continued is the fact that the Green Mountain men are getting everything 50-50 offensive rebounds, and they're hitting just enough threes to keep Stars and Storrs off balance. And we're going to have a foul called, and it may have been after the release.
I will say this Vermont alumni team is tough, and their current coach, John Becker, for the Vermont team, obviously coaches with Derek O'Grady, and Derek said our identity is toughness and to be physical. Now, I will say this. I'm not sure I've seen a tougher team in my years of playing and watching basketball than UConn. So Stars of Storrs and UConn know how to play tough. Jim Calhoun, one of the toughest and best coaches in the history of basketball. I think for them, it's just kind of getting locked in here.
And a foul going up. This one would be on Robin Duncan. Second foul on Duncan. Of course, John Becker in Vermont, a legend in the coaching fraternity, and a legend, of course, in that state. 84% winning percentage.
Ooh. Incredible.
Whitehead to the line. Shooting it well here today. The former Seton Hall Pirate, played for Kevin Willard a couple of years at the Hall. Great player in the Big East. Then on to the pros. Played a couple of years with the Nets. Then G League and overseas. In fact, Whitehead and Shungu were Germany teammates.
You've seen Whitehead a lot in the NBA, right? You've covered him and saw how good he was at the highest level. So he can play. He is big time.
Duncan. And another offensive rebound. There's Ben going to work on the glass again. Io Falia is fouled by Elijah Thomas.
Interesting Green Mountain man trying to go inside. Duncan has about 5 inches on Ryan Boatwright. They're probably partially trying to test that ankle, but Boatwright responding. He is such a gritty, high IQ player, able to stop dunking on that one.
6:43 left in the second quarter, 25-22. Shungu fires it. Oh, nice move. Jump stop. Iofalia.
And the hardest part about that, going to your right. When you go to your right and have to stop off of 2 as Whitehead launches there, that is a really tough jump shot that he was able to knock in.
Green Mountain men nearly turned it over, but Duncan controls. Had it ripped away, got it back. Wild shot, picked up by Boatwright. Ahead to Purvis. Rodney lays it in.
And Boatwright's so smart there. He could have dribbled it up, but the pass ahead is the way to play basketball. You don't dribble it up and try to get your stats. He passes ahead, allows his teammates to play 2-on-1, and easy bucket at the rim. I said this the other night, Bob. Boatwright reminds me of, I did the game last year in Lexington, reminds me of Eric Bledsoe, and just the way they play and the silky smoothness, the IQ, the game, and everything. They make some bad passes, I'm talking about it, but really fun to watch.
Shungu with the pickoff. Corner for Deloney. When the Green Mountain men could really use a hot night from Deloney. He had only 3 in the first round win. He wants to drive it this time and gets the whistle. Boatwright the foul. Well, you want your point guard to play with his eyes up, right?
Absolutely. Get it up there, pass ahead, pass again. And that's just unselfish. And I think this team, again, offensively, we're going to see Stars of Storrs do their thing. It's just on the defensive end. And, you know, this was a little bit reminiscent of Saturday night. They started off a little bit slow into the first quarter, into that second quarter, and then they really turned it on in the third.
Stars of Storrs 2-1 after the victory here on Saturday. They beat the Brown Ballers 90-78, pulled away late. Some of the great UConn Stars representing the alums on this team. 28-24, 29-24, 5:10 to go. Good ball game.
Really good, yeah.
Boatwright. And the rebound secured by Urquhart. Shungu up and in off the glass. Again, his ability inside, really a strong player for his size.
He really is. Yeah, just his ability to rise in that lane and get to a spot. That's the key for him. He gets to a spot, uses the athleticism.
Whitehead powers to the basket, lays it in. Looks like he's got his legs today.
He does. Yeah, good point, Bob. You could tell he wasn't himself the other day, the first night out.
This foul will be charged to Brandon Garrett.
Well, you think of big guards right here with Shungu and how they can get to their spot, use that size and athleticism. You see Whitehead here, and not a whole lot of contest right there.
Iofalia with the free throw. 32-26.
Hey, fellas, go straight in.
Stars of Storrs brings Jordan Jones in. Again, he and Nicholson were late adds just hours before their game here Saturday. Missed free throw, and Stars of Storrs with it. They're in white. Cross court to Nicholson, and tipped out by Shungu. Nicholson out of Jackson, Mississippi, 26 years old. Played 3 seasons overseas. This is he on the wing. Turns, misses. Rebound ricochets, and a foul. And that brings us to our second quarter media timeout. 3:52 to go before halftime. The Green Mountain Men up 32-26.
Hey, look.
The Sunday headlines from round 2 in TBT shaping up this way. A shocker in Louisville. Sideline cancer. Played a great game, then held on for dear life at the end. Ended up winning by 10 and knocking off a #1 seed, the Ville. So they're out. And the Kentucky alums, La Familia, they're in. They held off War Ready 80-76. They moved to the round 3 at Memorial. And then in Charleston, Best Virginia, taking care of Herd that.
Yeah, things are heating up, and you can tell, Bob, we were watching yesterday and texting during those games, like the Ville game, and the competition heats up here round by round. You can feel it.
And it shows you how you have to get yourself physically and mentally ready to play TBT. You just cannot show up a week before the first game and say, okay, boys, I'm here, you know, and take a couple of shots and think you're ready. You got to be physically ready to go.
TBT is not about your resume. It is about who shows up ready to play on game day.
32-28 Green Mountain Men. To the corner. Deloney.
Pretty big miss right there, because they could have gone up 7 there. All of a sudden, could have gone up 7, and now it's 2. Big swing.
Oh, nice move inside by Jordan Jones. Got to get back to 2. Shungu for 3. That won't go, and Stars of Storrs lurking in this first half. Pull up for Jones. And we have a whistle. And Boatwright in transition along with Whitehead. Whitehead the foul on the arm.
Well, Jordan Jones played at Central Connecticut, talking to Tyler Olander about how good he is, and they really think he could be a big piece of this team, and knocked down the one shot, missed his second one there, but you can see the energy he's bringing in.
Free throw is good. Ben reaches double figures with 10. Tyler Olander, the head coach of the Stars of Storrs, played on 2 national championship teams. Now the head coach at St. Joseph in Connecticut. Been the head coach there since 22. Second shot.
I was doing his game when he was a freshman at UConn, and Coach put him in the starting lineup. Coach Calhoun, he had to guard Derek Williams, the great player for Arizona's the Elite Eight game when I covered that game, and what an incredible game that was. That was a sensational game down in Anaheim.
And a nice turn and stuff for Brandon Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett had a nice game the other night on Saturday, played 21 minutes, 8 points, super solid player for them inside. They really need his presence and his size.
Shungu trying to break free.
No, you've said this before, Bob. I think depth on these teams is critical, way more critical than college games. And when you bring guys in off the bench and guys get tired in these games, the depth is huge, and you can see right here, nice cut right there to the middle. Boatwright finds him. Boatwright the other night. I said this now for the third time because he was surgical picking his spots, but 5 assists, no turnovers.
Yeah, that was the big, and 5 steals.
5 steals. I mean, he just knows he makes the right play at the right time.
The Stars of Storrs have come back to tie it. Second free throw coming for Jordan Jones, a young man out of Florence, South Carolina. Lefty putting it up and in. That breaks the tie. Stars go up by 1.
Well, let's see what Green Mountain men, how they respond. They've had the lead almost the entire first half, and a great response on that play there.
Dylan Penn. Talk about a touch. You talked about it earlier, Matt, using the glass. This guy's diving to the baseline and has just a ballet-type move.
Well, he played in the Netherlands last year, and as they say there in Holland, that was lekker.
Is that what they say?
If it's nice, they say lekker. I don't know if he has any countrymen watching him back here, but.
Dylan Penn played in Louisville at Bellarmine before the grad season with Vermont. Can tie the game, or rather put him up 2 at 36-34. Nice answer.
Yeah, that was. It really was. Let's see what they had in them.
1:45 to go, first half. The 2 seed against the 3 seed. What a pass, finds Purvis. He'll drive and miss, but foul.
Yeah, that was a fastball from the baseline up to the top, or it would have been stolen. You know, Bob, I'm interested. You mentioned this early. Here's that pass, that fastball. I played with a guy in college, Kenny Lofton, who was a lefty, and he played baseball. And you may have covered him with the Braves. He played for a year with them. But, man, he had an arm. Size for size, pound for pound, the greatest athlete I ever played with or against.
He could run.
He could absolutely run. And it was not fun guarding him, I can tell you that. Actually, it was worse when he guarded me.
Third foul on Robin Duncan. So Purvis continues at the line.
Purvis, really good player as well. You can see him as this tournament progresses, him being a key factor for this team. UConn player. He sat out on one of their national championship teams, but can absolutely play.
Penn again.
Wow.
22 in the first round and cooking again today.
He is an absolute bucket getter.
Good deflection by Shungu. Boatwright, plenty of clock to work with here. A minute to go in the first half. Catch and shoot for Jones, no. Penn and Shungu have been the drivers offensively for the Vermont alums.
Well, when Shungu gets the matchup, he goes right to the block. I'm surprised they don't go right back to him right here. There it is.
On the wing for 3, short.
Well, that's a better shot if you're Stars and Storrs. They want him shooting from deep.
Deloney took a shot on that screen. He's grabbing his left shoulder.
Well, I saw Boatwright grimace as well, and you wonder if the ankle is still pretty tender after he twisted it earlier. But man, that jump shot, that patented jump shot where he really leans in. He almost finishes at the free throw line on a three.
Turnover with 2 seconds from three-quarter court. No. And that will be the half. And we finish like we started, all even. Stars of Storrs 38, Green Mountain 38.
Here's that jump shot where he jumps off from three, almost finishes at the free throw line. Huge jumper to tie it, grimacing a bit on the way back.
Oh, you wonder if that thing's going to tighten up on him at halftime.
Yep.
We're at the break. First of our 2 games in Syracuse here on FS2. And we've got a good one going here. 38 aside, Green Mountain and Stars of Storrs, as TBT's round 2 continues. Halftime continues here from Syracuse, New York, TBT 2025. Stay with us. We'll be back with more stats and highlights coming up. Halftime continues here from Syracuse, New York, TBT 2025. Stay with us. We'll be back with more stats and highlights coming up. All even at halftime here in Syracuse. The 2 seed Stars of Storrs against the 3 seed Green Mountain men. Excellent first half of TBT basketball. Welcome back inside. Bob Rathman, Matt Mielenbach with you. And Dylan Penn is a couple of years removed from being on campus at Vermont, but he's been welcomed back with open arms here in TBT. He had such a big night here Saturday, and he's been the driving force of the offense here today.
And I'll use that word driving, because that's what he does. He drives to the lane, he gets in the lane, and he uses this amazing touch with either his left or his right hand. It's just unbelievable. Now, there's a deep shot. You see the lefty knock that down, but watch inside. The spin move, the touch inside. I think of a big man like Jokic in the NBA with that gorgeous touch, all those little nitty shots, those little leaners, the floaters. His game, it's so natural to him.
Halftime stats are brought to you by Purple. Purple, less pain, better sleep. And the number that jumps out at me, Matt, Green Mountain, 3 for 16 on threes.
Yeah, that's incredible. If they had made just, 3, maybe 4 more, they're kind of running away with this thing. So unlucky there, but their guard play has been so good inside. I think the other thing that jumps out, only 1 offensive rebound for Stars of Storrs. A bigger, stronger team. Elijah Thomas, 2 points in that first half. They got to get him more involved.
Didn't get the touches.
Did not. No, the Green Mountain men did a great job avoiding that, but they got to go out. They got to go to him.
Second half, straight ahead right after this. Great game unfolding. TBT, the basketball tournament, is powered by Puma and by AAR. TBT. TBT, the basketball tournament, is powered by Puma and by AARP. Join AARP and get instant access to member benefits. We continue from Syracuse, New York, a 38-all affair as we start the third quarter. Green Mountain men, Vermont alums against the UConn alums, Stars of Storrs. Dylan Penn, outstanding with 12 points in the first half, missed only one shot, 6 attempts, hit a 3. It will be Stars of Storrs basketball in white to start this second half.
Got to think they go into Thomas early. There it is, post up for him. How does, oh wow, that was a fantastic pass by Thomas.
Daniel's lucky to get it back. Thomas will take the 3 and make the 3.
I mean, he only had 2 points. You figure he wants to get on the board, post him up at the block, and then fumble the ball around and get him out to a 3, right? That's how you draw it up.
Urquhart, he answers with a 3 of his own.
Every time Stars of Storrs has looked like, okay, take the lead, see if they can add to that. Green Mountain men have responded.
Big time screen by Thomas. Boatwright falls down, hits a shot. At the other end, Penn to the basket, and he draws a contact. Well, these two teams come out trading body blows here at the start.
I was just going to say, here we are, second half. You know, this is a single elimination tournament if you just tuned in and don't know that. And the competition, all of a sudden, there's Boatwright on the screen, uses it well. You got to really jump out on Boatwright. I think that's something that Green Mountain men may change strategically, but you can just feel the physicality step up.
Boatwright got decked by his own man. Thomas, after setting that screen. Friendly fire. Dylan Penn, Evansville, Indiana product. We mentioned he went to Bellarmine professionally last season at the Netherlands. A minute into this third quarter, 2-point ball game. The winner advances here on Wednesday night. And round 3 here in Syracuse, Boeheim's Army, and we are D3, our second game. And we have a push, I believe, on the baseline, says Mike Kitts.
Getting a little chippy early.
And this will be out of bounds underneath.
That's what I love about this tournament, Bob. Just love of the game. You know, this is.
Yeah, you see Duncan going out with 4 personals. That hurts. He only got 8 guys to begin with, and he's one of their most talented guys.
Yeah, really the head of the snakes for them. So let's see the score here, 44-43 when he goes out. Let's see what it is before he comes back.
Boatwright lets it fly, and Deloney fouls it.
And Boatwright, that's something you have to learn on the scout, right? You have to know Boatwright leans in on his 3. You're going to have to give him space when you contest that 3. He got under him there. Yeah, questionable whether he fouled him. It wasn't a lot of contact, but you're going to protect a 3-point shooter.
And Ryan connects with his 10th point. He is now a perfect 4 for 4 at the line in this game.
That's a great comment.
Second one down. It's the second time Boatwright's been fouled shooting a 3. The Green Mountain men, they're down by 3 at the moment. They've answered every challenge in this game. And I think, Matt, the one guy they've got to get some offense from is Aaron Deloney.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it can't just be the entire game pinned because, you know, Stars of Storrs. There, you called it, Bob.
And he connects.
Hey, that's the experience Bob has. That's what you bring to the table. This ain't your first rodeo.
A long three by Stars of Storrs at Whitehead, but there was a foul. And this was called on Urquhart. Well, great screen by Urquhart, set it up.
Yeah, the screens are getting a little tougher, a little harder. Let's see if they go back to Thomas here on the pick and roll. Boatwright, though, sees the opening on that Thomas pick.
Shungu, one-hand rebound, takes it all the way down. Urquhart on the deck, back to Deloney. Wants a screen, out of the double. Urquhart back to Deloney. The ball stuck on one side of the floor. Now it goes across. And this one off the mark by Io Thalia. 1 point affair. Catch and shoot for Nicholson. Green Mountain men looking to run. Io gets rid of it. Good transition D by UConn. Deloney, back-to-back threes. Right when the Green Mountain men needed it.
Yeah, they've been so good inside. All of a sudden in the second half, now connecting on the outside. You pointed that out. If they had shot the ball well in the first half, what could have been, but keeping it in it now.
And Whitehead's had the touch all day. 50-49 Stars.
When Whitehead shoots a screen like that, he's so big and strong. It looks like he's shooting like an 8-footer. He just kind of flicks it up. I think his range is, 30 plus.
Deloney getting it back. Urquhart's three, too long. Rebound to Daniels. 50-49. Long bomb by Daniels. Run out rebound for Io. They got a 3-on-2 the other way. The odd man rush and the kick to the corner. Deloney. He'll take another. He's feeling it. A little short on this one. A heat check for Deloney. Now ahead to Boatwright. He stops, gives to Thomas. Incoming! And he hung it on the rim. Penn to the basket. Oh, we got it heating up in Syracuse.
He turned a poster, a would-be poster, and a different type of poster.
Man, it looked like a runaway freight train for Thomas, and then missed the dunk. Long three missed. The Green Mountain men, they want to run.
And they're going to get a layup if they make the right pass, almost.
This one's kicked.
Wow, this was tough here. I was getting ready because of the strength there of Thomas. Not able to connect, and then we just see here, Penn is so good around the rim. It's automatic.
Yeah, kudos to the rim for taking all that punishment.
a block by the rim gets one block tonight. Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen here pretty soon, though, with this game as tight as it is
drilling the three from the wing is Urquhart.
And the continuity. You can just see the Green Mountain men, the continuity of this Vermont alumni team playing together. They know each other. They have great half-court sets, and they're really running them.
Nice move on the baseline by Brandon Garrett.
Yeah, again, I think Daniels and Garrett for the Stars of Storrs. Look for them to get inside and really help them out. I think both those guys, so talented, need more looks.
Deloney crosses over, kicks to the wing. Back up top for Shungu. Ben gives it up, or is it? No, we got a jump. Which way's the arrow pointing? It's going to be the Green Mountain men possession.
Here's that pick and pop, Bob, that we saw. Just easy pick and pop. They both go to Shungu. And then the easy jump shot right there. That, to me, that's communication on defense. When you don't play a lot together, that's probably the hardest thing, is to really understand defensively those pick and roll responsibilities.
Shot clock's down to 2, and they get the bucket. What a drive by Penn.
He's got the touch of a magician.
56-52, Green Mountain. Whitehead poked away. Whitehead trying to take Shungu. Cannot. Rebound, Io.
No pass shot right there. I'd rather see them swing the ball, move the ball a little bit, try to get it inside, and if not, get to that jump shot.
And what a drive by Deloney. Man, he turned that corner. He was gone.
Well, and to me, Bob, we're going to see something that's going to be interesting when this fourth quarter comes. You've got this Boeheim's Army crowd waiting, watching this potential upset of the UConn alumni, and the crowd's starting to fill in. It was pretty scarce early. The crowd's filling in, and they're going to be rooting for Green Mountain.
Oh, they miss on the lob after the great effort by Deloney to rip that ball away from Boatwright. Well, we've got an upset brewing here in Syracuse. 58-52, the Green Mountain men in their first TBT, trying to go to a regional championship. They're up 6. Sunday on Fox with a historic three-peat on the line. Can Alex Palou become the fastest ever to lock up an Indy Series championship? Or will the Pack hold him off at Laguna Seca? It all starts Sunday at 3 Eastern, only on Fox. Bob Rathman, Matt Muehlbach, and our crew back with you here in Syracuse, New York, in what has been not only an interesting but a well-played game. Matt, you talked about it at halftime. If Green Mountain could get anything going from 3, they'd be in pretty good shape. Well, look at the second half.
Yeah, all of a sudden they start making them. And I think that the Stars of Storrs defense was softened a lot by Penn getting to the rim, right? They've had to really collapse. All of a sudden the outside opens up. They've had some nice pick and rolls, and they're making shots.
Green Mountain up 6. Stars of Storrs. This is an X factor, Purvis.
Agreed. Yeah, he can really play. And
turnaround missed. The rebound saved by Ayo.
Well, I mentioned NCAA tournament has a feel of that, right? The sort of high seed and a lower seed. The big thing here for Stars of Storrs, do not panic. They don't have to, shoot a 3 every time down. You're down 6. Just be patient. Keep working the ball. Play like it's 0-0 right now, but with a little more sense of urgency.
Well, Green Mountain's done a good job, too, mixing it up defensively. Sometimes they front the post, trying to create turnovers, hustling 5 men, working as one. They've done a nice job. Beautiful move by Nicholson.
Well, that's one of the guys Stars of Storrs needs to get going. So talented, was so good the other night, 26 minutes, and hasn't had that same game tonight.
Jordan Jones on the push. Off balance, what a tough shot.
And I only think he took that shot because he was expecting a whistle, so somewhat fortunate to make it, but a really talented kid, and kind of came back there with a shot like Dylan Penn.
Stars come right back and force the turnover. Look at the tie, the bounce, and dunked by Nicholson.
Wow, how great a pass right there. Was that Daniels that made the pass, or no, Garrett?
Garrett.
Wow, incredible pass.
Tied at 58.
Oh, the defense picked up.
Well, that 6-point lead evaporated in a hurry, and now a foul on Jordan Jones.
Well, this is all the impetus for this was better D. Look at the defense on the ball, the great pass ahead. Garrett sees his man, the no-look pass behind the back, beautiful finish. I think their defense for sure has picked up. I think Tyler Olander did a really nice job in that huddle to say, look, let's not panic. Let's get better on defense first. The offense will come.
Shungu, big three for Green Mountain.
Yeah, Purvis gambled. If he had gotten the steal, it was 2 points. He did not get it, and that gamble cost him.
61-58. Final minute of the third quarter. Man, the Elam ending is going to be something.
Oh, wow. Cannot wait for that.
And softly in the net for Jordan Jones.
Jones is cooking now. Jones is ready. He's got it going a little bit. Look for him to make a big splash here in the fourth.
Penn finds a big inside and a foul. They haven't got much in the paint offensively, but a good look right there. And Nick Fiorillo will go to the line.
Number 32, Nick Fiorillo, headed to the line, shooting 2.
Fiorillo had a 6-year collegiate career that just ended last March. Played in 116 games in Vermont, made 49 starts.
Had a nice game here today. Solid all the way around as one of their lone big men.
You know, the one guy that they're missing is a non-Vermont player, and that, of course, is Ben Carlson. We talked about a broken foot in the exhibition game. I did not realize until we were talking to the coaching staff, he broke his foot on the opening tip.
I know, at the tip.
How about that?
Talk about bad luck.
That was an exhibition game they played prior to TBT against the Vermont varsity. 63-60 Green Mountain.
Shot clock turned off here. They've got maybe a slight difference. They've got to go here, I think, with about 6, 7, 8 seconds. You got to run your play. They're going right at that time.
Nicholson hits it. 2 seconds, 1. And that is going to be the end of the quarter, and a little under the basket, a little conversation between Fiorillo and Thomas. The officials break that up, and we go to the fourth quarter. A 1-point game in what should be a dynamite fourth quarter, still ahead, and the Elam ending. Stay with us on FS2.
All right, dial in.
I want Robin in though.
Yeah, Robin, go ahead. Get DP. Get DP quick. Go check. Go check quick. No. Nick can pass. Yeah, Nick can pass. Dial in here. Dial in here. Let's get a bucket on this. Come on, Green. We got fucking 5 minutes here before we set the Elam ending score. We got to max out. Okay, no more not sprint back in transition. No more miscommunication. Keep guarding, keep making them make tough shots. Okay, 9 makes a couple pull-up jumpers. Do not overreact. Those are the shots we're living with, and then we got to rebound the ball. We're a little small with Robin at the 4 right now. You got to be tough in there and go help them. All 5 guys on the glass. Come on.
Come on, here we go. Stop.
Here we go. Green on 3, 1, 2, 3. I got one.
Rebound.
No more miscommunication. Keep guarding, keep making them make tough shots. Okay, 9 makes a couple pull-up jumpers. Do not overreact. Those are the shots we're living with, and then we got to rebound the ball. We're a little small with Robin at the 4 right now. You got to be tough in there and go help them. All 5 guys on the glass. Come on.
Come on, here we go. Stop.
No tournament on the planet gives you audio from the coaches and the referees like TBT.
I think it's awesome, and it's a signature of TBT, the innovation, the entrepreneurship, and that goes from John Mugar, right? They put in the Elam ending, which we'll see here pretty shortly here into the 4th quarter. They have the bracket where you put on the teams. A lot of people think that's from the NCAA. That is from TBT, and I love what Coach said there, not to overreact. I thought that was a great comment, especially just to calm his team down going into this 4th quarter.
Legal.
And it will be Stars of Storrs with the first possession of the final quarter. Thomas on the block. Boy, Storrs fans are saying, where's that been all day?
Thomas has to be, now I say this probably the wrong way, amphibious, because he's left-handed on the block and he's right-handed when he shoots his 3. Now I know ambidextrous is the right way to go, but he shoots it. It's hilarious. He really uses both hands there, but what an effective left-handed jumper.
Air ball for Shungu. Not the best shot. Driving is Jones, dishing is Jones, and the lane is good by Nicholson. Stars of Storrs goes up 3.
And again, this is the 3rd or 4th time we're going to say it. What does Green Mountain have to respond? They've responded every single time they've been down.
Maloney can't tie it.
And it was Maloney last time they responded.
Now we've got an offensive foul on Stars of Storrs, and that's going to be on Thomas. That's 4 on Thomas, and he just shoves Duncan right out of the way, trying to get a post up.
Well, sometimes you get a bad whistle because you're big and you're strong. That one just was unnecessary. Didn't need to do it, but I know they're going to try to go to him because of how good he is in the paint.
Duncan gives it up. 3 ball off the mark, rebounded by Thomas.
That looked a little tired, that jump shot, just a little, enough to miss.
Duncan rebounds. 8 men in uniform for Green Mountain in this tournament after losing Ben Carlson to the broken foot.
Remember, Fiorillo's got an inside guard Thomas, so a lot to ask of him.
Come on, AD, give me one.
3 on the way for Deloney is good, and that ties the game at 66.
He's the guy that answered it last time they were down.
Thomas getting very physical on these screens. Posts up, drives underneath, and we've got a foul on Green Mountain. And Thomas is getting a little upset. A lot of chatter.
Well, this is not AAU ball when winning and losing doesn't matter. This matters. That's the key to this tournament. High stakes competition, the passion just to win. And everybody knows here, win or go home.
And at the end of the line, $1 million.
That's right.
I think they're going to take Thomas out of the game here for a second. They are. He goes to the bench, and Brandon Garrett comes in.
And part of that for him is he's a really good kid. He's a little frustrated. When you're that big and strong inside, you're getting poked at, picked at, kind of beat up all game long, and it gets to you a bit. And I think just to calm him down a bit, remember, Tyler Olander's seen it his whole life. He's as big as anyone out here.
He's the biggest guy.
Yeah, that's right. He knows it. I thought, that's a tough call. 6:36 to go. I thought Tyler made a really cool statement talking about his coach, Jim Calhoun. He said, I asked him about Calhoun, and he said, you know, he was really tough. And I saw it. You know, everybody knows Jim Calhoun's tough and a great basketball coach, but he said he was really tough. He pushed you to where you thought sometimes you couldn't take it anymore, but then he really patted you on the back, told you he needed you. Said he was really good with the yin and yang as a coach.
Offensive foul on Green Mountain. Then Shungu tried to go through on that baseline. Access denied. 66 all with 6:24 to play on the game clock. We'll shut that clock off in the next 2 minutes and 20 seconds for the Elam ending.
This Elam ending is going to be fantastic.
Love it. Another whistle. And another foul on Robin Duncan. That's his fifth.
Well, and the Syracuse fans have been a little quiet so far. I'm going to be interested to see if they start to pick it up and root for the Green Mountain men against their old Big East rival.
Boat right. Whitehead. Nicholson. Tied at 66. Penn. Dylan Penn to the top. Shungu on the spin move, fell down, loose on the wing, picked up by Penn, and he'll lay it in. 68-66. What a break for Green Mountain.
It was. The ball bounced really funny there because two of the stars of Storrs were running down to the other end for a bucket, and it went right to Green Mountain in. Big play.
Whitehead can't save it. Out of bounds to the Vermont alums. We see that scramble, Matt, at the other end, and it was a fortuitous bounce for Green Mountain.
Yeah, here it is right here on the spin, and you see right there, it looked like two guys for the UConn alumni were headed the other way.
A timeout has been called. 68-66, Green Mountain. Tomorrow, it's win or go home at the Women's Euro semifinals as defending champion England takes on Italy, starting at 2:30 Eastern, only on Fox. Green Mountain by 2, 5:14 on the clock, a minute 14 away from Elam ending.
Turn it. Make it go right, Jordan.
Tyler Olander, the head coach of the Stars of Storrs, and it has been a push-me, pull-you game inside. Fouling his Stars as Ben Shungu had a step on his defender, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, great call play out of that timeout by coach there, Derek O'Grady. Tried to get Shungu going from the top, and a great screen there by, I think that was Yerkwe there. Your card, sorry.
From South Burlington, Vermont. Home, born and bred. And an offensive rebound on a missed free throw.
Well, that's a killer.
Whoa, Deloney has room. That's short. Rebound, Deloney! Oh, tipped and missed. Loose ball to Shungu. Wild action under the basket.
Wild action.
69-66. Penn looking to drive. No, takes the jumper. Short. Oh. It's his own miss.
Another weird bounce.
Deloney. That's no good.
Get back now. Good shot. Fuck me. Good shot. Fuck me.
Hey, we've all wanted to say it late in the game.
A brick by Whitehead. Oh, my goodness.
Shame, Dylan.
Can this get any crazier? And we haven't even gotten an Elam ending yet.
It's not even there yet. Let's go. Now, this may be.
Penn driving. Purvis on him. Spinorama. Short.
Now down 3, I think Stars of Storrs, they'll run their play here. We're inside the Elam ending timing.
Boatwright. Oh. And that pulls Stars of Storrs within 1, and Green Mountain takes the timeout to set the score. And you wonder, of course, they've been fouling a lot, but do you take the foul to stop the clock and don't let them score? Target score 77. Elam ending to decide this next. Penn missed them both. Follow, no good. Tip in is good.
Wow.
And Green Mountain wins it on a tip in. And Boatwright, the veteran that he is, understands that shot clock. Take your time, get a good look, and he drains a 3 to end it.
Fans, this game has entered the Elam ending. The target score.
Penn missed them both. Follow, no good. Tip in is good.
Wow.
And Green Mountain wins it on a tip in. And Boatwright Boatwright, the veteran that he is, understands that shot clock. Take your time, get a good look, and he drains a three to end it. And that's the Elamenders for these. Those are the Elamenders for those two teams, and now 77 the target score. We've stopped the game clock. It's been shut off for the rest of the game. We will have our shot clock. You add 8 points to the team ahead, and that's Green Mountain with 69, and that's how the target score is established. Which way is this thing going to go? What a game we have seen here in Syracuse.
And how about those Elam endings 2 days ago for both these teams?
Oh, my goodness.
It was Duncan, the point guard, with a tip in.
Yeah.
We saw Boatwright hit one from the logo, the TBT. He was at the T closest, almost to the B on the TBT. So here we go.
First possession to the Green Mountain men. Deloney, Urquhart for three, high archer short. Rebound, Io, and he's going to be fouled. And that for Connecticut alums is team foul number 4. 3 team fouls on Green Mountain.
Well, as they say in baseball, these are all high leverage situations, and I think it's key just to be yourself, right? You've got to be yourself. You've got to play the game the right way, but also with a crazy sense of urgency.
And for Green Mountain, they've been so good in their sets. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
100%.
Urquhart can't hit it. Rebound to Nicholson. And maybe this is the point in the game, this Elam ending, where we'll see the size and strength come to the fore for Stars of Storrs. And they go right into Thomas, and he gets whacked.
Yeah, you called it right there, Bob, getting into Thomas and went to the right there. He's been spinning both ways. They cut off the baseline. Look at that, 3 guys coming at him. They didn't foul him up top, all ball, but they clearly fouled him below.
Thomas had 22, a team high, in their first round victory over the Brown Ballers. Not many touches, only 6 field goal attempts. That is his 8th point at the foul line. Second shot. And 7 away for Stars.
And that's the one thing, when you foul Thomas, he's a pretty good free throw shooter for a big man.
Penn working out front against Boatwright. And Boatwright with the steal. Great hands defensively. 4 on 2 the other way. Corner 3 for Purvis.
Wow, that would have been big.
Huge.
How savvy is Boatwright with that steal from behind?
Target score 77.
Boatwright's got the basketball IQ of Einstein.
Oh, and a 4-point play opportunity.
Wow.
What a shot by Aaron Deloney. And then a foul on Ryan Boatwright, and he is barking all the way up the floor at the referee. The foul was called in a 4-point play.
Right when I called the IQ, although he didn't think he got him right there, he was helping inside. I kind of agree with Boatwright. He just really just flew right by the side of him. That was a tough whistle for Boatwright. Nevertheless.
And now the Green Mountain men are 4 points away. Duncan with 5 fouls comes back in for Green Mountain. Boatwright disgusted. 73-70.
Yeah, elbow 2, yeah, get both on him. But you just gotta be strong.
Whitehead driving, spinning, and laying it in.
He tried that move in the first half. One of the first plays of the game, and he lost it into the stands. That one perfectly executed. Had to have it.
Green Mountain 4 points away. Shungoon going in. They're 2 points away. Green Mountain can win it next time down the floor.
And you can see the Syracuse fans clapping. They're into it. They've got a 6th man now in this arena.
Whitehead, a 3. Good!
Wow!
The next bucket wins it.
Are you kidding me? Here we go. Do or die right here.
Timeout, Green Mountain. Isaiah Whitehead.
Wow.
Icy. from 3. Timeout. We'll be right back. This is what sets TBT apart from every league and tournament in the world, this Elam ending, which is so fantastic. And you're seeing why right here.
Whitehead, wow, he comes in, the spin goes to his left, used the body on that one, the nice screen from Thomas. Duncan goes under, and as we said, Whitehead can shoot it from 30, no problem. Man, he really stepped up.
1, 2, 3.
But right now, Stars of Storrs has to be thinking defense because the Green Mountain men can win it on this possession.
And it doesn't matter, obviously, 2-3. My favorite analyst of all time, Bob, was Al McGuire. And he used to say pressure is a privilege, and I think that's the key here. Just embrace this moment. No matter what team you're on, get after it, just have fun.
And Matt, you talked about their execution all day. We'll see it right here.
What does he call after the timeout? What's the play he runs?
Shungu, it's up top, Deloney. Spins it back, 13 on the shot clock.
Now they just got to go. The play's over with.
A bucket wins. Shengu, tough shot, short, air ball, follow. Don't do it, a foul! A foul is called! And Drew Urquhart has a chance with 2 free throws to win it.
Wow.
It was a sort of a late whistle.
It was. Now let's see right here. He got him on the hand. Now the hand is part of the ball. He got him with the body a bit as well. I think it's a good call. I think they hesitated for this reason. They don't like to call fouls to end games in this. They'll let them play in this tournament. But if there's a clear foul, you got to call it, and I think that was.
And Drew Urquhart, who played 4 seasons in Vermont from 2014 to 2018.
Drew, deep breath. Okay. Take a deep breath.
Let's go in the huddle.
Don't miss short. Okay, bend, fall through. Okay, let's go. Really D up. Okay, let's go. Come on, Green. Green, let's go. We got this, boys. Green on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Drew Urquhart played in 135 games in Vermont, but he's never been in an Elam ending like this.
I love what Coach O'Grady said there. Don't miss short. Focus on process. Don't focus on the result.
2 to win it. But as we saw, Green Mountain, they missed 2 free throws
2 times
in their Elam ending. We just showed you, and got the tip in to win it.
Well, he did not miss short. So now the big thing here, I think, for Stars of Storrs, they've got to rebound. We've seen a couple rebounds that they have not gotten on missed free throws. Do they try to miss it on purpose and get the ball back?
They do.
They do. That's an incredible.
It's
an incredible strategy, actually.
And they didn't get it.
It's the right
now,
strategy.
Stars of Storrs can win it. Whitehead driving. Kicks it to Purvis for 3. Rebound, Green Mountain men. Now they have a shot.
Here we go.
Target scored 77. Hold your breath time at Syracuse. Shungu trying to find a crack in that defense. Off the bounce, into the paint, tripped and fouled. 1 free throw.
Ooh, I thought Purvis got all ball there. I didn't like that call, at least live. We'll see a replay of that, but I thought Purvis did a nice job. He's not complaining about it, though. Wow, that looked like a lot of ball, all ball to me. Look what his hand reaches in right here. That's all ball.
Yep. with the lane vacated.
Yep, I got you.
One free throw for Ben Shungu.
Now this is where the strategy to miss last possession does not come through, because if he makes this, they would have won the game. So kind of interesting they elected that last possession to miss. I probably would have done the same thing.
Elbow 2. Zipper to elbow 2 with Dylan.
So again.
Zipper to elbow 2 with Dylan. Come on,
Zipper
baby.
to elbow 2. Okay, I don't.
Do you have that in the Arizona playbook?
I was going to say I was looking for Omaha. That was Peyton Manning play. Here we go. It looks like Shungu. No, they're going to pin.
Spins, fakes. No good. White had the rebound. Stars of Storrs can win it here. And they'll take a timeout to talk about it.
Well, I think Olander did a great job there. He was going to let them play through that possession if they had numbers. They didn't have them. Let's calm them down and call the right play.
Stars of Storrs uses its final timeout. The Green Mountain men have one timeout remaining.
Step up empty side.
This Elam ending,
Empty side.
you have no idea how it's going to finish. None.
Well, he's thinking about it. Remember, he's got Jeff Calhoun, Coach Calhoun's son, as part of this staff. Let's see what they do.
We've had 4 straight possessions with the game on the line. 1 point's been scored.
Awesome.
He lies in.
This is
We're gonna have
fantastic.
Boat. Empty side step up right here. So Boat's gonna have it. 5-man right here. 4 right here. Zeke right here. 3. You're gonna go through. Kasim, you're gonna go through. Or yeah. Who's that? Perv, go through. Empty side step up right here. On this. You're setting this for Zeke coming to the middle too. Ghost it. Ghost it. Okay, ghost it. Ghost it. Ghost it.
On the far side, hey, bro, he don't need the circle. He's a fucking idiot, bro.
Get it in right here.
Inside the huddle, the Stars of Storrs. They need a basket right here to win it.
Once you get to space.
Thomas back in the ball game. Check out our game summary.
Now this is going to be Boatwright and Thomas. They get the ball to Boatwright, get a screen from Thomas, and let those two do 2-man action.
Oh, here's Steele. Boatwright to win it. It's over. It's over. Stars of Storrs escapes. Boatwright back-to-back Elam Enders in Syracuse.
Wow. Wow. Cooking Boatwright at the end of the game. Give that ball to him. The man loves the moment.
When you've got a guy like Ryan Boatwright who can shoot like that, you don't need to call a play.
That's
Just
right.
give the ball and get out of the way.
Give the ball, baby. And that's what he did. You know, a lot of coaches might go to Thomas. Thomas been so good inside. No. Go to your guy. Ryan Boatwright is the man of the hour. He's the man that knows how to step up when it counts.
Stars of Storrs makes it through to the round 3 Syracuse final here on Wednesday night. And Ryan Boatwright, the heart and soul of this team, has the honor of taking that nameplate, putting it on the big board here in Syracuse. And give Green Mountain men a ton of credit. Man, they fought all day long. The second win. And right down to the wire. Ryan Boatwright. After all the intensity of that Elam ending, a lot of smiles in front of the big board here at TBT.
Well, it almost started with a backcourt. Look at Boatwright, inches from going backcourt, and that signature jumper. We talked about it. He typically leans in. I thought he went a little more straight up there just to get his legs into it. And I'll tell you what, clutch play is that man's middle name. Almost the same side of it, what was same side of the court. Remember round one, he did it from the tee.
Yep. Wow. What a performance by Ryan Boatwright. He loves that right side for sure. He did it against, I believe it may have been Cincinnati about 10 years ago in the American Conference. And wow, he has been the hero of TBT for Stars of Storrs. We'll be back. We're back at Syracuse, and this was the game winner. Ryan Boatwright drilling it at the Elam ending, and the Stars of Storrs are moving on to take on the winner of our next game, and the hero, Ryan Boatwright, joins us here at the table. Ryan, our congratulations.
Thank you.
You've got this Elam ending down, man. Just clear out on the right side and let you go to work.
Yeah. We ran something similar to that. My senior year in the conference tournament against Cincinnati, I hit a game winner.
That's
exact same spot. Yeah, so when Tyler called the timeout, I told him, give me the ball. He tried to drop a play. I said, bro, just had a big come set the screen. flare out, don't set it, ghost out, and just give me the ball on the right side, and I'll take us home.
Well, we were kind of wondering if you'd even be able to make it after the way you turned your ankle.
Yeah, my ankle is killing me right now. My grandma not going to like that I said killing me, but it's hurting me a lot right now. I did turn it all the way, but, man, Mark and my team, put so much into this. Mark put up a lot of money for us to be here, and I know that I was a key part of this team in order for us to move forward. So I just tried to play through it. Man is what I was doing, and as long as we was in the game, I was going to try to bring us home.
Well, you've also been sort of a part-time GM.
Yeah.
That might have been the first time in TB history a part-time GM and player hit the winning shot. So I saw you yesterday. We were at practice. You talked about hitting the winning shot on Saturday night and how that felt. How much fun is all of this?
And it's so much fun, man. It's a blessing to be able to play here back in the States again. A lot of the players that have to go overseas, you don't get to play in front of your peers. You don't get to play on national television. Your family don't get to watch you play a lot. So having this opportunity to be back here playing in the States, playing on national television, your family and friends get to see you play again, it's a blessing.
And it's year 2 for this team in TBT. It takes a while to build things up. I mean, you look at Boeheim's Army. They've been around forever.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of history. You hope to do that at UConn.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a fresh thing. We're learning as we're going. We're trying to get some of the other alumni to play, the bigger names and the guys that play in the NBA and stuff like that. Even the younger guys that came after me. But it's a process. We're happy with the team that we have now. We're excited about this team, and we just taking it day by day, man, and trying to win game by game.
Well, Ryan, get that ankle, get some ice on that thing, and get ready for Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm going to do my best. Thanks for having me.
Okay, man.
Right.
Congratulations. Ryan Boatwright joining us as he hits his second Elam ender in the tournament to put Stars of Storrs in the title game in Syracuse. That was impressive.
That was awesome. It was impressive. It was awesome. The energy is going through my veins, Bob. Let's get this next one going.
That's right. We got another one. Boeheim's Army coming up next against We Are D3.